Yeah, I'm gonna give everybody a little bit of time to get in here. My bad. Okay. Sorry about that. Everybody's still trying to get used to this stuff, but we'll get it worked out. Okay. But yeah, like I said, we'll go ahead, let everybody get in here, and from there we'll start working it out. Uh, want to thank those who showed up. My apologies. No, I'm late, but you know how it works. I ain't even gonna start. Today's video um, is actually on something my sister brought up to me, and not just her. I've got a couple emails here and there, people asking about currency. You got different people who want different types of cryptocurrencies, and we're going to get into that. Oh, by the way, give me a one if you can hear me, just so I know you can hear me. That would definitely help out because I don't know how the sound is on this thing, and I don't have a second setup, so I know exactly what's going on. So there we go. Good looking out. Thank you, thank you, Lady Jacob. Peace and blessings. I'm born here. Good looking out. Thoughty Volker. Chadahaya Bell. You know, Shamika Smith. Definitely want to give y'all a shout out and thank y'all for coming in. Um, yeah, there's a lot of people right now who are really interested in the cryptocurrency thing. It's been going on for a while. I don't see what the big craze about it is, but ultimately it just kind of is what it is. Patricia Cope, thank you for showing up. Definitely a shout out. But can anybody tell me, like, even from y'all's perspective, what's the big deal with cryptocurrency? Like, what's going on with it? Why is everybody so into it? Why is everybody? Because it's something I've known about for a little bit, but it's nothing that I've ever taken the time to really sit down and I looked into it, but it doesn't make sense to me. But I know when you look at the system now, you have, of course, you have the gold. People are telling you stock up on gold, stock up on gold. Then you got another group telling you stock up on silver. You have a whole other group telling you stock up on cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, um, Ethereum, every type of currency. So you get people who are tearing you in different directions when they're telling you what to invest in stocks, invest in the market, invest in bonds. Um, but from the for me, the reality is, what will it get you from a realistic standpoint? Uh, Hold on one second. What's going on? Sorry about that. But yeah, the puppy's kind of losing his mind back there. But yeah, so looking at that, and my sister called me up and she, asked me, she's like, "Hey, need a favor. What do you think about cryptocurrency?" Because everyone's been talking about it. Blockchain. Um, okay, hold on. If there's a blockchain, that makes sense. It does, because it's actually decentralizing. Okay. Now I do understand from that aspect. Oh, Holbert, what's going on, sis? Many blessings. Happy you could show up. Um, but we're talking about cryptocurrency and understanding. When my sister called me, she actually sat down and she was like, "Listen, I don't understand the cryptocurrency thing. I do understand it, but at the same time, I don't. I don't understand why people put so much financial backing. And this is going to be my recommendation in which one, whether gold, silver, or cryptocurrency, which one to invest in. Um, and my answer is actually, believe it or not, none of the above. The thing is, when you look at it from that perspective, um, and you look at us in this situation, now, if you want to use a cryptocurrency, to my understanding, you have to have some form of technology. You have to have a cell phone. You have to have um, a computer. you have to have something that allows you to get on, to check, to buy, to sell, to trade. This is just, like I said, to my understanding about cryptocurrency. But I do believe, and I've heard, that you ultimately need some form of phone, or you have to go through a middleman. There's so many things that you have to do with cryptocurrency. And please correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not going to say I'm right. There's a lot of stuff that I really don't know. But as far as the cryptocurrency goes and gold and silver, when you invest in those things, do you believe that the system is going to stay as it is? And that's the question that I want to ask. Do people believe that the system is going to stay as it is, that people are going to go back to the dollar? Because I understand they have physical backing. That would be if I was going to invest in something and it was going to be some form of currency, it would probably be gold or silver. I'm not going to lie, but I invest in things that have that are physical, that are tangible, and that are the three things that people truly need: food, water, and shelter. Those are three things that no amount of gold, money, or Bitcoin can buy. The only reason I say that is that if you look at Bitcoin and how they're currently decentralized, the financial system, the problem is just like anything else, you need a password. You need a password. You need to be able to get access to your money. And if someone decides to accidentally hack your account or something goes on, they switch your account, your money's gone. I've heard different stories of people losing massive amounts of money because they no longer have access to their accounts. So that's just a thought. Once again, I'm not right. Please feel free to ask questions, because if you do, or a matter of fact, please feel free to correct me. I'm not above being corrected. Um, so that's something I do want to share and ask people, since people know how it works and they're more familiar than I am. Definitely a lot. The cryptocurrency market, if there's a blackout, like, not to bring up anything, may the Most High bless those in Texas. What good is cryptocurrency doing for the people down there? That's something I really want to ask. Hey, Copper Fox, many blessings. Kiowa, many blessings. Good to see you. In hurricane, tornado, tsunami, these things that go on. If your power's out, your electricity's out, you have no way to get gas, you have no way to get food or water, what good does a cryptocurrency do? So that is just a base question that I want to ask. And if you don't have these things that, if you don't have, for instance, like I said, your cell phone to be able to transfer, if you don't have a computer, if something goes down with the grid, where does this leave you? Does it leave you with any form of financial, will you have any finances to take care of anything? Oh, Nally, peace and blessings to you. Patricia Copeland, Copper Goddess, thank you for showing up. Um, but yeah, that's one of the questions that I want to ask to people. With everything that goes on, and from what we've seen, rolling blackouts, internet outages, power outages, cable outages, those leave you crippled when it comes to a cryptocurrency. Now, that is my insight. That's how I look at things. Because cryptocurrency is currently not helping anyone in a true financial situation or in a bad situation. So that's also something I wanted to bring up and possibly be corrected on. So if anyone does have any ideas, let me know. Oh, Redbird, always good to see you, my brother. Nice to see you in here. Um, Now, another thing that I want to bring up is gold and silver. Gold and silver are something that they're tangible. You can actually feel them. You can feel them. You know that they're there, the whole 9 yards. But are those ultimately things that, in the system that we believe, as far as bartering, yeah, you can rock with them. But if you look back at how the ancestors used it, they laughed at gold, because gold was nothing but a shiny rock to them. What has given gold such intrinsic value that people do things for it? That is the major question: is what has given gold its value? Is it the fact that it used to back the dollar? Once again, just these are more questions than answers, and this is just my belief system. Um, not even belief, it's just things that I asked. So these are my thoughts. Take it with a grain of salt. Anyone from investing in Bitcoin. I'm not deterring anyone from investing in gold, silver, stocks, bullets, whatever you want to buy. That's up to you. Um, yeah, actually, I would get bullets though. But there you go. Hober. People idolize it. People idolize gold. It's a shiny thing. We're humans, not barracuda. So we sit and look at the shiny things, and it becomes an idol. But ultimately, can you eat a bar of gold? And people say it has like trading value. So, um, just another question: if you have a 50-pound bag of rice, and someone has a Bitcoin, say for instance, there's no way to get food. How many Bitcoins would it take to buy that bag of rice off you? I will get into the spiritual use of gold, but we'll jump on that one in just a second. Um, the spiritual relevance of gold that jumps into we'll have to get into legends and folklore part of that one gets pretty interesting, but for right now I'm just going to go for the cryptocurrencies and things that are tangible. So 1 second. All right. Yeah, more or less here. And that right there is the question. Where if you invest in things like fruit trees, if you invest in things like for instance, land, invest in land. Get something that you're able to plant on, get something that you're able to consistently have. Um, you know, it's cool to know that you have gold. It's cool to know that you have silver. But other than placing it in a sock and beating someone with it, if you need something in a world that's collapsed, it does no good. So gold is, other than being idolized, gold is not tangible. You can't eat gold. If there's a final meal, you won't be able to. Yeah, colloidal silver and gold and copper are edible only to a certain extent, but it's been proven that people who eat or ingest too much silver, copper, and gold actually change colors. They can turn blue, their skin turns yellow, they get jaundice, it can cause kidney failure, it can cause a lot of different things, and this is all backed up. Yes, but they're only edible in very, very minute doses. Look up when people overdose on silver, copper, and gold and see what happens to their body. Yeah, most people don't understand that. They'll say that colloidal silver, colloidal gold is a cure all. It is in small doses. The body is made up, and I'm not a scientist, so take this with a grain of salt too. The body is made up, and the chemical composition is made up, and it has specific elements in the body. The body is, for instance, you have certain trace amounts of each element in the body. Now, being able to use that and understand that if you overdo it, people do come up with uh, not just sickness from heavy metals, but also you can not just minerals, you can overdo a lot of stuff. Oh, Starduster, good seeing you showed up. I'm sorry I don't get all the comments on here. So if I forget or I don't mention you, it's probably because some of the comments don't really show up and I have to scroll back for it. So my apologies. Um, but even looking at, you know, your mineral intake. But there we go again. I'm getting off topic. Um, but thanks for the question, though. We will get into that and pretty much intrinsic value of gold. But when you get into gold, you look at the spiritual system, and not only that, there are tales about gold from uh, wow. You can actually look up and read Zachariah Sitchin's books. Zachariah Sitchin speaks on the Watchers or those who come down in order to harvest gold because gold is more malleable. It's one of the best conductors. That's why we use it in our computer chips, et cetera, et cetera. Gold's value is based off of the technological value that it holds, not only the shininess, which people do idolize, But if you look into Zachariah Sitchin's teachings and you look at the different things that he spoke on about metals that are highly conductive, that is where the majority of the belief in gold currency comes from, is because the way it holds energy, the way it can harness energy, the things that it can be used for, from a standpoint of alien or ancient alien belief systems. So, now that that's kind of out of the way, we'll definitely do a build on that because I love speaking about aliens. I love speaking about, all that good stuff. But for the time being, I'm just going to keep it on the currency system. I'm sorry. But yeah, I would like to ask everyone a question. I'm going a little fast here because I'm not trying to be on. So, say for instance, an individual has, say for instance, an individual has something like I said, a fruit tree, or you have food. Say for instance, ramen noodles, something as small as that. It's your last pack of ramen noodles. Now, someone comes up and they offer you money for that pack of ramen noodles. But for food, we're currently in a SHTF situation. The stores are empty. You can't go anywhere, and you're hunkered down. Now, what would it cost to get that last bit of food off you? And if anyone can give me an actual physical amount, I would love to know. I would definitely love to know what the amount would be. So this one's going to be kind of a tough, because most people, or even better, what if it's your child? What if it's your child that actually wants the food? What would it cost to get the food from your child, or that you are going to feed to your child? What would it cost? That's something to think about right there. Oh, Adam Barney, peace and blessings. Good to see you in here. I try to give everybody a shout out. But dealing with from an individual standpoint, which I'm actually about to move the camera to a different area, so bear with me, but I'll still be talking. Okay, so when we look at it from that standpoint, food, water, shelter, the ability to have such. Okay, there we go. Sorry, is everybody still? Just had to move to a different. And let me actually adjust that light because I see it's flickering in the camera. One moment. Sorry about that. Blue light has been known to kind of mess with people in certain instances, so try to get to a lesser light. Okay, there we go. But yeah, that was actually one of the questions that was asked. So I want to put people in that scenario. What weighs more? Everyone always asks what weighs more, a pound of feathers or a pound of gold? Well, in this situation, I want to ask you what weighs more, or what could sustain you more, a pound of food or a pound of gold? So kind of, make your choice on that. I give these tough scenarios because most people look at it from a situation of having an economic system that is still in play today, having a financial system that is still in play today. So when people look at the value of these things, it's only because they believe in a system that will consistently stay and constantly keep currency. So a person can have multiple, they have no clean food, water, or shelter. How long will they survive? If you have Bitcoin, but yet you have no way to transfer it and or sell it. So here's the thing about Bitcoin. And people, like I said, please feel free to correct me. I am not above being corrected. I'm not going to lie. I don't know enough about Bitcoin, and that's why I'm kind of coming to you all as and asking the question. The question for me is, I know that certain companies will take Bitcoin. I know Bitcoin has a value, a financial value compared to the dollar from an economic standpoint. But my question is, if no one has money, who do you sell it to? Sorry for the confused look on my face, but that's the big thing. If no one has any cash, who do you sell it to, and what currency
does individual use? Once again, I want to invoke thoughts because you can always trade fish, food, wheat, barley. You can trade clothes. You can trade socks, shoes. You can trade a lot of different things. These are definitely more important in a stuff hits the fan situation. Now, I'm not going from Lady Jacobs. See, thank you. That's an excellent comment. Food becomes more valuable than gold in certain situations. Now, the situation that I am using at the current time is going to be strictly a situation of stuff hit the fan. That's one that I want to use. Coach B, peace and blessings to you. Nice to see you came in. So we put so much into, and I'm not just going to dog Bitcoin, I'm going to dog the whole financial system. So just be prepared. The dollar. If we look at the dollar is backed by petroleum, i.e., the petrodollar. So if you look at the petrodollar, it's backed by petroleum and the fact that we can sell oil. So if a country undermines us and is able to switch up the system, and they no longer rely on oil, say if we go to electric cars, I want you to think here because somebody's going to come up with what I'm saying. I just can't necessarily say it. Well, actually, screw it. I'll say it. When they take the video down, they take it down. The reason why they fight so hard against natural energy is because there is so much money in oil. If you look at the petrodollar is backed by petroleum, something that is needed for all cars. But if you get electric cars, you use wind power and you use the power of electric, then think about it. What, what's backing the petrodollar at that point when gold becomes needless? So at this point, I don't care. Like I said, what's they gonna do? Take the video down? I get back up here and run my mouth again. It is what it is. But the reason why they fight so hard against these systems and they want things that you know, and they want so many things that are um, resources that aren't renewable is because they can put a monetary value on something that isn't renewable and say, hey, look, it's just like your favorite shoe. Say, for instance, somebody's got the last pair of Jordan 9s. I don't know anything about Jordan, so don't ask me. My son does. But if they got the last pair of Jordan 9s, what is it valued to you? If someone has the last Apple, what is the value to you? What will you pay? If I can say something is a non renewable resource, therefore it holds more value because it's something that's rare. If you look at diamonds, if you look at the things that we currently have in the system today, the reason why it has so much monetary value is because there's a belief that it's rare. If you tell someone something is rare, then they will automatically find more value in that object than what they generally do. See, the things that are rare are actually the things that aren't that you can't hold. And let me get to that. Like I said, please bear with me. Okay, the things that are rare in this day and age are a smile. The things that are rare in this day and age are a hug, a laugh, a good joke, a good time. These things are rare in this day and age because the monetary value, and we look at money as a means to happiness. I spoke on this last night, but it is not. There you go, Lady J. Supply and demand is where the value is. Coach, good looking out. Thank you. This is just my perspective. And you know, thought electric cars run off grid. That's often coal powered. So people are like, oh man, you're putting people out of jobs and different things. And I'm not going to say I don't have a political statement. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say I'm pro anybody because I'm not. I really care less, just being honest with you. Um, but I believe renewable energies only because I am earth friendly. That is why I look towards renewable energies and not fracking and poisoning water and different things like that. Only because, once again, look at generation. But that also gets into currency. The more money is printed, the more the US dollar is devalued. So from there, if you look at the currencies, when you look at currencies, once again, my disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor, so please do not take this as financial advice. And this is just my perspective. Once again, take it with a grain of salt. But the more money they print out, the less the dollar is worth. So if you look at the stocks and how the stocks are consistently rising, is it because we're more in debt, or is it because money's actually worth more? Is the prices on gold and Bitcoin and silver rising? Because gold, silver, and Bitcoin, they don't add actual amounts to what they have. So therefore, it looks like in the USD that the cost is actually rising. When I don't believe it's rising, I believe that the U.S. dollar is actually being devalued so much that when it's devalued, they keep their currency and it looks like it's consistently rising. Because in the current economic situation that we have, how is it that these things are able to hold their value? Because right now we're seeing some of the worst economic times that we've seen. We're looking at the value of the dollar collapsing. If you look around the world and you look at how our currency varies to other currencies, that's when you'll be able to tell if things are actually rising or falling. Because those countries that are printing massive amounts of money in order to sustain the economy, devaluing their dollar, but then we're constantly staring at the US dollar. We're looking at this one angle. So if we stare at this one angle, we're like the United States dollar. That's the only currency. That's the only thing. Well, look at how much the peso is to the dollar. Look at how much the euro is to the dollar. Look at how much different currencies are to the dollar. When those fluctuate, exactly. See, so throwing sounds like economic manipulation. And once again, that's what I believe. But again, conspiracy theory, going, to the right. I mean, going to the left, sorry. But this is what I look at. So when I tell people to invest in certain things, not necessarily in currency, but in things that are actually tangible, things that can be used to barter, things that can be used to exchange. Because if the financial system collapses, no amount of gold can buy the last bit of food. No amount of silver can buy the last bit of food. Matter of fact, if the electricity goes off, your Bitcoin's no good. Matter of fact, if you lose your password, your Bitcoin's no good. Once again, not discouraging anyone at all from getting into these investments. My point of view, take it with a grain of salt. And if you have some points that you would like to bring up, please feel free. Because I definitely will answer the question if you have one. Stardust, skills. You can't buy skills. I'm sorry. You can't buy skills. That's another good thing. Starduster, that brings up a very valid point there. Skills are something that can't be bought, sold. These are things that you acquire over time and you hone these skills as a mechanic. You get your trade by honing your skills over time. So look at it from that perspective. You can pay someone to be a mechanic, but the problem is you can't pay to get the skill to become a mechanic. You have to learn. A cobbler. These are things that are going to, I believe, these are things that are going to make up, okay, in the economic collapse, this is my last shirt, for instance. I need someone to make a shirt. So what is the value of a seamstress now in that society? And is this same shirt going to cost the same amount of money due to the fact that now it's rare? Shoes. You need a cop because you got to cover your feet in this day and age. You never know what you're going to step on, trash, litter, et cetera, et cetera. So even though a pair of shoes may be valued at $100, what is the value of a shoe if no one's making shoes? Gasoline, carpenters. These are special trades. I hope people get into getting specialty trades only because this will help you in the long run. These trades are indispensable. Learning how to sew, learning how to stitch, learning how to make shoes, learning how to, um, you know, uh, make clothes, become a seamstress or a seamster, whatever they, um, being able to make scarves, learning how to take wool and turn it into what you need. Uh, because it's not essentially that understanding just how to sew, but there has to be people who know how to make clothing. There has to be people who knows how to make these things because these are everyday objects that we need. And that's where I ask the question where um, people look at it And I'm still not quite understanding what the value in these things are because you can't eat them, you can't use them. If you cover yourself in gold, more power to you. But in the sun, that's going to heat you up. And in the wintertime, that cold metal will freeze you. So, that's another thought. These things don't actually have any value in bartering situations. Gold and silver have your skills do, and these are something no one can take from you. You can take gold and silver from a person, but you can't take the fact that they're a mechanic. You may injure them, but the fact is, you can't take the knowledge from them. You can't take the knowledge that they know how to read and write. Um, Actually, Shamika, I guarantee they're eventually going to try to do that because we look at what they're doing with farms and not just farms, but personal gardens. In some states, you have to have permits to have a garden. Um, you know, I have a garden. I could care less what anybody thinks. That's just my way. It's how I prefer. Uh, we definitely need to, uh, as people, be able to stock up, get your canned goods, get small things, even things you don't ever think you'll need. Um, Generators, get a gas powered generator. I'm solar, but I don't knock any form of power generation, whether it's wind power, water, even if it's a generator, because there's a lot of people out there who don't have power, and in a situation, it would definitely be nice to have at least a little power. You know, there we go. Redbird, just like riding a bike, skill. Matter of fact, that's another thing, Redbird. I'm happy you brought that up. Now, riding a bike, do people really understand because we've got cars and because we've become so lazy, I guess? Most people don't even ride a bike. I remember back in the day as a kid, I was in the best shape of my life because I would ride a bike from the east side to the west side of town, you know, from the north to the south. It seems like we've forgotten how to use our physical bodies in order to do things because of the commodities we have. And once again, being a mechanic, someone who fixes a bike, for instance, just like Redbird said, someone who can fix a bike, someone who knows how to plant a tree, prune a tree, someone who knows how to um, someone who properly knows how to plant fruit, garden, make vegetable, do the vegetable thing. So, from a realistic standpoint, that's how I look at it. Let me see if I can do this. I don't know how to do this thing again. I don't still actually my moderators. There we go. Okay, I'm learning. Sorry. There we go. Recently started a bike crew, and that's the thing. Being able to get out there and have fun, there is no value on that. Oh, they're using a bike to produce energy. They do actually have setups where you can buy them and you can bring them, and as you ride, you produce energy. That stuff is pretty slick, and they're not that expensive. I've actually seen them from like 150 to even $300. So being able to and see technology, learning technology, I'm not going to knock it only because I'm the dude who does the farming and all the other good stuff. I just learned how to put people's messages up on the screen, so I can't say anything about people not learning technology because literally that was yeah. There's certain things I don't understand, but that's how we got around. You know, that's why I say that these things have no value to me personally. If anyone can prove me wrong, please feel free to. Because only in a society that we use a currency like the dollar do these things even make sense. And that's actually, from my perspective, what what is of course going on. So each person, in my opinion, needs to feel and learn. You know, you have value. Everyone has a skill or a trait, and don't think you're not good at anything. There's something that no amount of gold, silver, or Bitcoin could ever buy. No amount of money could ever buy from you. There's some things in life that you have learned and things that you can use to help people. And having a good heart is something you can't buy with gold. Getting a good night's sleep is nothing you can ever buy with Bitcoin. You know, And people are going to be like, okay, well, he's kind of hippie. Yeah, I really am. I really am hippie-ish. I have a different thought process as far as because I look at the natural and the spiritual versus the financial and material. But that's just me. Um, I don't discourage people from jumping into these things. If you want to take a venture and you want to take a venture into Bitcoin and you want to do that stuff, if you want to buy gold and silver, you want to buy all those things, please feel free. But understand while you're buying gold and silver, people are buying bullets. Realize that. And that was a thought that was actually told to me by an old head. He said, gold and silver shine, but bullets take it. And he wasn't meaning like he would go rob somebody or do anything by force. He was just being blatantly honest. He said, "Why invest in gold and silver when I can invest $16 in a box of bullets and I can take all the gold and silver you got?" And I'm not telling you forceful or take anyone's anything, but no matter what someone does, even if they buy bullets, they can never take your skill. And what is the point of buying massive amounts of bullets if you have no skill as a shooter? Using 100 bullets to kill a deer isn't, it doesn't work out like that. Being able to know your firearms, your weaponry, these are different things that people can't take from you, and you can help and train others. So, you know, that was one of the things that I did want to bring up is because without cell phones, without technology, without a cell phone signal, your Bitcoin does nothing. Without your gold doesn't, your silver does nothing. It doesn't do anything. Okay, here we go. Add Nally. Let me see. Let me pop that up. Pretty long message, but it seems engineering, gardening, and sewing skills are more valuable than what currency can buy when technology is no longer available. And that is the truth. That right there is the truth. Because people don't understand engineering, the ability to build a windmill, the ability to build something, a solar power setup, the ability to build water powered, the ability to sew, gardening. I don't care how much gold you got. A wise man once told me, and he was my uncle, so I'm just going to get it. Wise man once told me, money is for those who are weak. And I was, I'm a kid. I'm like, you mean money is for those who are weak? He said, money is for those who pay others in order to do jobs that they can't do. And it blew my mind. A man who hunts doesn't need money to buy food because he himself knows how to hunt. So therefore, paying someone to do it for him makes absolutely no sense. He who knows how to work on his own car will not actually pay someone to work on their car for them because they are their own mechanic. Why not save the money? So if you look at that's why I bring up the currency. Hey, Julie Carey, nice to see you. Thanks for stopping in. And all those who are new, don't mind me. Like I said, I just kind of rant, but I do want to place uh, faith in people, and um, don't let these people swindle out of your money, your hard-earned money, because that money they turn it into something, and they'll tell you, "Oh man, buy gold, oh buy silver, buy crypto. All these things are rising, all these things are going." And people are so quick to push you into buying something in order to make sure that you have a hold of your future, that you don't let the financial system collapse. Believe it or not, it's the people who hold up the financial system by investing in these things, gold, silver, and Bitcoin, and any other cryptocurrency. Like do those three. We are the ones who hold it up because we make the value of the currency. If people don't buy it, if everyone tomorrow said, forget gold, we don't want it, you know, we don't care about gold, what would happen to the price of gold? In order for people to hold up the gold standard, they would have to lower the price in order to entice people to buy it. Same thing with silver. If you watch when Bitcoin first came in, gold kind of plummeted a little bit. People were wondering about the price of gold because they had stocked up on gold and bought a lot of gold. And they were like, okay, now since people are investing in Bitcoin, they're taking money out of circulation from the US dollar. And like I said, please feel free to correct me on this. I am not above correction. I am a simple student myself. Oh, the boy, peace and blessing. Thanks for coming in. Hold on. I use my mom growing, but no, thanks because she taught me. Yes, Lady J, learning those skills are, even how to purify water. Learning how to purify water is worth its weight in gold. Actually, we'll stop using that. I'm going to say it's worth life because being able to purify water can save someone. Gold gold can have purifying qualities, but being able to actually use it. Okay, hold on. Let me read this one. Okay. Our mother's way. Most of us know, okay, BTC and assets like this lack real life value. Yes, that's true. But if you own no land and nothing, and okay, somewhere to be is sustainable, you may need to seize the moment. No one can, thank you. No one can predict the crash. Longer message, but no one can predict the crash. No one knows what's going to happen from a financial standpoint. No one knows that they trick us into buying the stuff that they're selling. Like literally, if you look at, okay, here we go. I'm not going to call anything out, but I'm going to just put up a scenario. Okay, there we go. Hopefully, everyone had enough time to read that. Okay, now I'm going to put up a scenario. The scenario is a friend comes to you and says, "Hey, I need you to invest in this." What you're going to do is you're going to get three friends to invest, and those three friends get three friends to invest, and those friends get those friends, and they each make a leg, and all the money trickles up. By law, that's considered a pyramid scheme if there is nothing being sold or exchanged by law. So think about that. And tangible, physical, financial assets. The reason why most people don't have any financial assets is because we're sold on the new stuff. Okay, you pay off your car. Then you go and you want a newer car. You're like, man, that car's really nice. And they're like, well, here's what we'll do. Go ahead, you bring your car in, and we'll give you a trade-in. What have you just done? You've actually taken the thing that you paid off, traded in for less monetary value, and you've just given away one of your financial assets that was clear and scot-free. Why in the hell would you do that? So now you have jumped out of something that is paid off to get into something that is going to cost you for, I don't know, like loan terms now. I think some of them are 3 to 5 or 6 years. So you've traded in something you own clear and scot-free in order to get a payment on something and then chance having it taken away just in case there's a bad economic situation. Keep that car and then save up enough to buy another car, just like these cell phones. They tell you, you go ahead and you get this cell phone. Well, eventually, you're going to go ahead and pay off the cell phone and trade it in for a new. Are you kidding me? So you're telling me that I'm going to trade in a cell phone that I just finished paying $900 or $1,000 for to get the next thing that's going to cost me the same amount? Are you joking? So now I've traded this phone that costs 900 to 1,000. This video is probably going to get taken down for saying shit like this, but you are trading in a phone that costs 900 to 1,000 dollars for the exact same phone with a different number on it. Oh, shalom to you. Many blessings, Christiane Wilder, sorry. So now you've taken the phone that you just paid $1,000 for, you traded it in. Now you're getting back into another payment. They said they cut your payments down on the phone, or you gave you a trade-in value that actually doesn't even really cover it. You're still not. You're still paying more than what it costs to actually produce the phone. They take your old phone and resell it to someone who is going to pay that amount. So now the $1,000 phone you paid for just got refurbed and sold to someone else for $600 on payments, and you're back into another $1,500 phone because you wanted a better camera. Keep your old phone. Keep your old phone, buy a new one, because realistically, you're not getting any extra out of it because they're going to have something newer that's going to come out. You're just going to fall into the same trap. Exactly. Stardust or fake value. Okay. cell phone bill yesterday, and they shouldn't carry works. They told me due for an upgrade. I told them I just upgraded you. See, exactly. And they told me you can upgrade every 6 months. Basically, what you're doing is you're leasing the phone, and they wonder why people don't have any physical assets. Your physical assets are tied up in getting new stuff. You're taking something that you've paid off and you're giving it back to them for them to resell it and you being charged again. Where does this make any common sense? And if anyone knows, please tell. So that's where these things kind of that's where I get it. I know I'm taking an extreme left turn from where the conversation first started. But is not determined by is not determined by the system. It's by you and me. That's what they prey on, a supply and demand system. So they constantly supply something when they believe we demand it. We want a new TV. We want a new this. We want a new that. We want all these new things. When in reality, we're just trading in things that we own in order to get things that put us on a payment. So, you know, so keep your assets. Don't trade it in, you know, don't follow the Jones. They bank on the fact of us wanting the newest flashy thing in order to trade in our old thing and keep the financial system rolling. But if we stop for 2 seconds and we own it, there we go. Bam, right there. Debt free is the new upgrade. That is the best upgrade you can get. Your phone bill drops. You got your phone free and clear. You don't have to worry about paying 30, 50, $75 extra a month in order to support a system that is going to constantly keep making new stuff. You think they don't have the technology for the phones 3, 4, 5 years ahead of time? They're not just putting these out, they're putting them out as we get bored with our old stuff. I've even heard tales that they actually slow down the service and start, slowing down your phones in order to make you want to upgrade. So they're forcing you into an upgrade, which I don't think should be legal. But then again, I have no earthly idea. So that's another thing that, I'm trying to figure out is, you know, we always want the newest, shiniest thing, but we're willing to trade the thing that's paid off. If you want the newest, shiny thing, get another contract. Don't keep all your old phones, whether it's an iPhone, Samsung, LG, whatever you have. Keep your old phone because what happens when your new phone breaks? If your new phone breaks, you have no, don't even know how to work this, right? But you have no assets set aside to actually keep your phone going. Or say, for instance, you have a business call you have to make. You have your new phone is broken, your old phone. So now if you look at it, you're like, oh, wait, hold on, this can't be good because now I've got a business meeting or I have a job interview. I have all these things. I just traded in my old phone and broke my new phone. If I keep my old phone, I can just slip out the SIM card, put it in the new phone, and I'm good to go. Sorry. Oh, yeah. There we go. Sorry, I keep throwing these up, but I want people to read them, you know, and it's basically to keep you trapped. And that's how it is. As long as I can keep you trapped, and as long as I can keep you doing what I want you to do, then you're stuck. You know. Oh, Vixen 99, good to see you. Many blessings. Thanks for showing up. All right, Irma Clan War Chief. Hey, blessings. Thanks for shooting in. And and that's what it is. It's basically a trap and a cycle. What they've done is they've taken the cycle we know because there is a cycle of nature. And look, don't act like y'all didn't know I want to get into the nature part of it. I always do in every video. Okay. But there's a cycle. As the old dies, the new come in. But that is a cycle that is put in play. But when the new comes in, it's through birth. It's through, fruiting. It's through grass. It's through these different things. So that is something that is done naturally. But now they give us these upgrades and they slip in little things like, oh man, now all of a sudden you say, hey, such and such, name your phone, and all of a sudden your phone kicks on. So now your phone's listening to you. So now you got to upgrade. You know, let me see. You can take advantage of the electronic trading floors to the community, like all triangles having a base. Okay. Yes, the boy, that is true. The aspect I was coming from was kind of a stuff hits the fan situation. And yes, you can take advantage of the digital assets, but keyword is digital. If the digital system falls, or if panic or something like what happened in Texas occurs, what does your and I'm not saying this in a disrespectful manner. This was just what I was coming from earlier. The cryptocurrencies have no value once you shut down the system. Um, and once it collapses, and the thing is I know you can sell cryptocurrency, but I'm trying to figure out how it's traded. Because if I'm trading in cryptocurrency from cryptocurrency to cryptocurrency and everything goes down, I'm still kind of messed up, right? I don't know how this works. So I'm gonna have to go on here and watch some cryptocurrency videos more than I've already watched and see if anyone can explain it to me the way it needs to be explained. Break it down. I don't even know what a cryptocurrency is. I still believe in stealing people's data and using that to sell. So when they sell that, they're selling your data off based off of whatever you're going, wherever you're you know, wherever it's at. Uh, but that's just what I know. They call it blockchain. People data mine. You're data mining. You're using these supercomputers in order to figure out these long mathematical equations. This is what I've heard. I don't know. Just what I've heard. So, um, what's up, brother Cherokee King? Yes, always good to see you in the building. And that's definitely what it is. And that's why, I bring up and, stuff at the fan situation. We got to see what the real value of things is. I don't knock people dipping into gold, Bitcoin, silver, but don't put all your eggs in one basket because if you drop that basket and those eggs crack, it ain't no good. So invest in different things. Like, okay, for instance, I can look around and look at a bunch of different stuff that I got. Like here, I'll hold this. This is a generator. Okay, this right here is my solar power generator. I invested in that. I invested 200. Hold on. Yep. Sorry. This is another generator. I take this thing out camping with me. Whenever I need power, I take it out. It's got one plug, the whole 9 yards. I don't know if I've done a review on this one, but I probably should. Okay. Now, those power generators, why are they so important? Why do they hold back? Because I can charge things off of them. If the grid goes down, I have enough power. Also, hold on, one more thing. Okay, check this out. Now I got to do a review on this, but I want to show you something. Now I've invested into, solar power. I invested into solar panels. I got a couple just sitting in the house. I have a 9.6 kilowatt setup on my house. I have backup batteries. I got all that stuff. That's not saying in order to brag or anything. I'm just telling people that if you invest in solar and a backup battery, people will trade you things in order to be able to charge their cell phone. People will trade you different things. And you don't have to do it for trade. You could just literally do it to help someone out. If someone needs to make an emergency call, um, Starduster definitely. Mama Bear, I have on my phones. Exactly. You have to be able to set everything up. I prep because these things have value to me. You know. Now this is something I find cool. I'm going to open this up. I haven't opened it up yet, but I want you to see this. All right, get this opened up. Now in this pouch, I actually have something most people don't even remember. This, I gotta watch my fingers so I don't cut myself. Okay. This is called a pocket saw. Yeah, a pocket saw. What you do is you take it and run it back and forth. And if you look at the blades on it, this thing ain't no joke. It can be used as a weapon too, but preferably not. Now look at that. That's a pocket saw. This has chainsaw. So if you don't have gas, if you don't have anything that you can, if you don't have anything you can use, you just flip it around, put it over a branch, and as you move left and right, it does the exact same thing as a chainsaw. Now, what value does this hold? People may look at it and be like, "Oh man, that doesn't hold value." Well, firewood is like, if you can't cut firewood, you can't cook, you can't boil water, you can't sanitize things. So, oh, sorry about that. I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi or what. I do apologize if my voice is going in and out. Am I good now? Yeah, let me scoot up a little bit. It did that yesterday too. But yeah, those are things. Give me a one if you can hear me now. Like I said, I apologize. The Galaxy 10 Plus does not have good Wi-Fi. I don't know why that is. Is just it is what. Okay, cool. For instance, like that pocket saw. You can't carry a chainsaw, but something like this can save your life. If you don't have an axe, if you don't have anything that you can use, this pocket saw can save your life by cutting wood, making heat, doing things like that. Then you just wrap it up, put it back in the pouch. Now I'm going to do a review on it and get that going. There we go. So you take that pocket saw, you put it in your pouch. It is this big. Literally, look at that. That's how big this pocket saw is. Drop it in your pocket. You can cut down branches, trees. You can do whatever. So I don't knock people investing in those currencies, but I do tell people buy things to prepare, because if the worst hits the fan, you won't have what you need. Adam Barney, I actually got it off of Amazon. I will, well, when I do a review, I'll be doing it probably tonight or tomorrow. I'll leave a link in the description. Um, and what I'm going to do is I'll actually let everybody know which one I recommend, because they have these in different amounts of teeth. You have some with 10 teeth, 15 teeth, 18 teeth, 32 teeth. Then you have them single directional or bi-directional. Now, it's very important to know what you're buying, only because, you know, you don't want to put any extra effort into cutting things down, so um but that's what the pocket saws are for. I know people who use them for survival. I know people who have used them when they're in survival situation. Those pocket saws, I mean, there's something from back in the day. They're not a new invention. Like literally, they had these way back in the day. And my dad, my grandma could actually cut down a tree with that thing. And we would always ask, like, well, if you ain't got no chainsaw, you got to do what you got to do. But if you look at it, what would people trade for fire? So I've got axes. I've got axes. Every tool that I have in my house is battery powered. Every single. So yeah, actually, Star Duster, I have that one too. I bought two of them, and they were the best two that I could find. And I'm going to be doing the battle of the hand saws. So I'm going to be seeing which one, the amount of teeth. I've bought a couple different ones so I can show people how good they are. Oh, Cherokee King Yeshua. It depends on which one you're getting. The Rock Pals is 300 watts. You're generally going to pay about $100 a watt. Um, I mean, yeah, $100 per kilowatt hour. So basically, when you get on there, you want to look for 300, 500. I'll do an explanation of the previous video that tells about what you should get and what to look for. And I can definitely help you out. Just drop me just hit me up with an email. Now, I did battery power all my tools. Why? Because if stuff hits the fan tomorrow, I can still charge them off my solar generators. So, um, matter of fact, hold on. Okay. Now what you do is, let me. I don't have my drill with me, but you want to buy all your tools from just about the same company, so you can switch your batteries between tools, from your drill to your saw to anything that you need. So you always try to purchase from the same company. You can charge up those batteries. You can pop them in. I've switched over my lawnmower solar powered, battery powered. My leaf blowers are battery powered. My yard trimmers battery powered. Um, yes, they do burn out fast, but I make sure that I try to use them for things that, like, I don't try to go overboard with them, and I generally use it for kind of, if it was a stuff hit the fan situation. Because if I can't find gas, then that's when I probably use those more often. Now I do have straight up gasoline power, but in a stuff hit the fan situation without gas, that's the only reason I kind of go for like some of the solar powered stuff. Just being honest. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to go for tonight. Is just talk about currencies, what to get into, what not to get into. Um, okay, Starduster, portable large. Yes, definitely, definitely. Hit me up and tag me in that. I would definitely like that one. Yeah, yeah, Cherokee King Yeshua. That's the only reason I do those, is just for kind of an SHTF situation, and just that's for that purpose. Because don't get me wrong, I like gas powered chainsaws because they get through everything a lot quicker. I like you know uh, electric powered saws. I like gas powered saws. Different types, but you know that's just what I use that for. So like I said, just kind of take it with a grain of salt. Um, but yeah, and that's what I was going to talk about. I went way off left field when we were talking about currency, but the basis of the entire video is these currencies are wonderful things. Yes, actually, Vixen, I did a video on that. Check that out. I was actually showing people how to start fires with lint and a a fire rod. It's actually it burns really quick. It really does. It works really well. So I'm just trying to help people with prepping and survival, and want to make sure people don't put all their eggs in one basket, and they don't fall for the tricks that the media is in front of us in backing a currency or a system that we don't believe in anyway. So if you don't, if we as people don't believe that the system should be as it is, then why do we support it and hold it up in the manner that we do? And that was my big thing. So I'm not going to take anybody. I'm not going to take any more of anyone else's time. I do want to thank everybody for showing up and coming out. I know I said it was going to be a short one. Turned out to be an hour again. But ultimately, before you invest in things that are going to solidify you financially in the future, like silver, gold, Bitcoin, any of those, definitely um, buy things that will have real world value or learn real world skills. Because if it collapses tomorrow, this is one thing I'll ask you, and don't let it keep you up, because if it keeps you up, then Starduster. Yeah, people. I've actually got a lot of people saying that since they've seen that video. They've been keeping on the dryer. That's always pretty good. I like knowing that people are actually listening. Um, but again, that was my thing with the whole currency thing. If you don't have food, if you don't have enough food, tools you need, don't um, don't sit there and press yourself as far as being able to uh, being able to worry about how you're going to invest. Oh, matter of fact, I don't know how to use. I have no idea. But to those, hold on. Let me. Sorry. Uh, okay, I don't know if that worked or not. But basically, there we go. If you ever want to donate or anything, there's my Cash App. So you can hit me up at that. But also, everything that goes to that goes to Brian Prepper Supplies. So it helps me do the videos. Don't think any of this goes to, uh, all of it goes into buying Prepper Supplies. Like, and everything I buy, I do a review on. Even though we were talking about in these things, please, even if you don't donate, donate to yourself. Donate time to yourself and think about the things that you need because you never know what's going to happen. So I'm not saying people have to donate or whatever. I put that up there just in case. But be sure to donate and get some time. Buy, buy a little salt. Go grab you some electric tools. Go grab you some solar power stuff. Even something as small as a security whistle. People don't understand. They're like, why would I buy a security whistle? If something happens and you don't have a way to yell or scream, you can blow on that whistle, and trust me, it'll get everybody. Oh yeah, Stardust, you're good looking out. Please, y'all, like and share. If you think that this information is good, if you think that this information could help someone, please feel free to do so. But I can't press hard enough, learn basic skills. You know, thank you, Tammy Stewart. Learn basic skills. Get everything going. Keep it pushing. Make sure that you invest time in yourself. And always before I go, be sure to invest time in who you are and realize that this system doesn't make you who you are. It only attributes to certain parts. By being able to find who you are, understand your strong points, your skills, you never know how truly beautiful and loved and how powerful you really are. That's just a thought, you know. So take some time, invest, self-reflect. This system may not always be around. So as people, I want us to be able to look to see who we are, to find out who we are, find out your strong points, hone in on that. Because if it becomes a bartering system, we're going to need more people like everyone in this chat, and not just in this chat, those who, drop in and, grab certain things. Hey, Cherokee, King Yeshua, you're gonna have to do a review on that for me, man. I can't do all the reviews, dog. You got to do a review on that. So yeah, just understand that you are important. You are important. You have skills, you have talents, and you have traits. Don't let a dollar ever take that away from you. And don't let a dollar or a currency make you feel like you don't need to gain skills. You don't just need to gain skills in order to make the dollar. Gain the skills so you have them for later. The more skills you gain, the more self-reliant you become, and the less reliant system you become. So therefore, by gaining these skills, you actually save money and don't need to press your own, you know, currency out and push and all that other good stuff. But yeah, definitely want to thank everybody for coming out. I hope everybody enjoyed the build. I'll definitely be doing more. If you got any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. Um, oh, and as I definitely want to thank the chat for being so peaceful. I want to thank the chat for being very responsive, very responsible. I love the fact that you guys come in and you guys do ask questions. You guys do make comments. You speak and you talk to me. I thank every single person in the chat. Believe me. So I definitely, like I said, thank you all. Thank you all for your input. And thank you all for just taking the time to be here with me and just, you know, thinking about it. So I hope you all have a wonderful night. I hope you all stay blessed. I hope you all have a great day. Um, oh, see, you're about to open me up into something else. Just when I was about to leave. How about copper? Okay, I'll answer this one. Okay, with copper, copper is good. You can definitely use copper for it has antimicrobial and antibacterial properties when you keep it in water, when you keep water in it, but I will still recommend please boil your waters. Always, please boil your waters. Make sure that if you're going to be in a situation, in an SHTF situation, you at least have a water filter, but I always recommend boiling your water or learning how to distill your water. Those things are very important. Lead Farmer 73 just did a good video on that. I'll also be doing a video on different ways to still and different stills you got. Um, the only reason I've actually switched my channel over to survival, and I'm going to be blatantly honest with you, is I believe something big is coming. I'm not going to say I don't. I believe something big is coming, and um, I definitely believe that since we don't understand nature, and since we don't understand um, the way things are going currently, I believe that it's better to Have and not need, the need and not have. Animal fat for energy. Kyle, why did you do that? Okay, sorry, I'm gonna hold y'all for a little bit. Okay, now please get into understanding how the body works. Now, I don't knock vegetarian, vegan, whatever. I'm not going to start that conversation. If anyone even gets into it, I swear I will try to delete you just out of the chat because I don't want any arguments or anything going on. But different things can be turned into energy as far as even our own bodies, being able to understand our own bodies, fat, um, different things like that, and how our bodies store fat, how they use fat, how they reserve fat, how many joules of energy fat actually has in it when the human body needs it. The power of fasting and cleansing and being able to use things properly. That's a whole another thing, and I'm gonna get Kiowa for that one. I'm gonna get you on that one. All right. Uh, but yeah, I definitely always want to, keep trying to push people to do better. I want to keep pushing people to, get on the right path. Sorry, can't say that. My path is not the path. The right path is up to interpretation. Wherever you're led, we all have different mountains we have to climb, and some of us may take the steps. Some of us may like to use a grappling hook. Some of us may try to walk up the hill backwards. But the thing is everybody has, their method. Everyone has a meaning and a purpose. And I don't want anyone to think they don't. I don't want anyone to feel belittled. I don't want anyone to feel a specific way um, from each other. Let's bring everybody up. Everyone up together. We have to work on a higher frequency because that's what they're absorbing this low frequency. Um, you know, I brought it up earlier, but the currency, the system of currency is a way to overpower someone, to be above somebody. When you say I have more, et cetera, more insert monetary system here, you're trying to not trying to. I don't want to come to that assumption. It's like being above somebody. Your money means nothing in a world that collapses. It really doesn't. It's your skills that make you. It's your skills that will help you prevail. You know, nursing. Those who are into nursing, share it with somebody. Those who are like naturals, those who are naturalists, get out there and share, those skills with somebody. Let people know what heals, what different things. Survivalists, help people, get out there. Everyone in here has an expertise. And like I said, everyone in here is special. I will not deny that. And I will not say what a person is and or isn't, other than telling you you are special. You have value. You have worth, you know, and that is what I want to push to each and every person. Much love and peace, G. Michelle. And that's what I want to push to everybody. Everyone has purpose, value. Everyone needs to be, pushed. So continue to push each other. And each and everybody, subscribe to everyone else and learn a little something because there is no ultimately one right way to do things. I'm not going to say I'm the end all be all because I'm nowhere near it. I'm still, like I said, I'm still a student. I'm still learning every day. And only a fool believes they know everything. You know, once again, still left turn off the currency thing. As many left turns as I take, I eventually end up back where I should be. So don't laugh at me too much. But yeah, after so many left turns, I'm right back where I should have been on track. Takes a couple though. But y'all know I got to go fishing. Let me see. Yes, yes. And everyone, like I said, please continue to send out positive vibes for those who are in power. Uh, and just understand that their situation is something you can learn from. Don't take it and just be like, oh, it can never happen to me. Because everybody says it can never happen to them. When tornadoes hit, they say it can't happen to them. When hurricanes hit, it can't happen to them. Mudslides, even physical issues, heart attacks. Everyone always says it can't happen to me, and then when they do, they're shocked. They're stuck. That's the whole putting all of your eggs in basket and then denying that you put all your eggs in one basket and then throwing it off a cliff. So, you never know when you're going to stumble. Yeah. Hey, get on there and start, keep spreading the word. Like I said, everybody keep it going. And like I said, I'm really, I know I keep going, but it feels like I'm talking to family here. Everybody in here is family. Everybody in here has talents and gifts, and um, nobody ever be down on yourself. Don't ever be down on yourself. Because the greatest currency, and when I say currency, I'm not talking about money. The greatest currency is you and who you are, because you are who values you. It's not what the world thinks your value is. It's what you know your value is. As long as you know you are destined for greatness, you are destined for greatness. As long as you know that you are a wonderful person, you will become that. Don't dilute yourself and say, I'm wonderful because of the assets I have, because your assets mean nothing. That's what we'll get into another build about facts, truth, and opinions. And also, I want to do a build. Definitely going to do that build about Zachariah Sitchin. I do study a lot about, I like to get into that realm, Merkaba. I like to get into ancient aliens, stuff like that. I love looking at stuff up. UFOs, all that stuff just kind of makes me feel at home. You can never really, you can never learn too much. So enjoy learning, enjoy getting out there, enjoy spreading the wealth of knowledge that you have, and everybody be yourself. Your value is just that. Your value is dictated by you. No one can tell you what your worth is. It doesn't matter who you are or what you look like. You have a purpose and a meaning. And that's what the true value is. The true value can never be, your value can never be determined by gold or silver or Bitcoin or anything else. Your value is just that. You can always make yourself more valuable by learning more things, by pushing for more things, by achieving greatness. What is greatness? Greatness is through the eye of the beholder. And with that greatness and being able to achieve the things that you want to achieve, you learn more and you're able to spread that knowledge. Don't just grab knowledge and hold it for yourself if you know you can help people. Because feeding a nation isn't only feeding a nation with food, feeding a nation is also feeding a nation with knowledge, with different things that they can do. Oh, yes, Yeshua, I will get you on there. Honestly, reason why I haven't been on lately is because I got hit by a truck. Actually, I know that sounds funny. I got hit by a truck 2 weeks ago, so I haven't been able to do too much. Body's been kind of stiff, dealing with stuff like that, so I haven't been able to do much or do many reviews. Only because, of course, physical limitations at the current time. But that's nor here nor there because I'm grateful I'm up and moving. What can a person say? You know, um, and that's why I made the joke on there on my board. That's why I made the joke. Beware of T Rex with the two dinosaurs colliding. Yeah, so I thought that was funny, but it is funny to me at least. I'm happy I'm up, happy I'm moving, happy I'm above ground, and that's what I was talking about yesterday. We all got something to be thankful for. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Well, for the most part. But yeah, we all got something to be thankful for, man. And sometimes you got to realize it's not necessarily, uh, even though you hurt, that pain lets you know. That's something that I did realize. The pain lets you know you're alive. So when you do feel that pain, you know that you're alive. If when you stop feeling pain, you're gone. So even though it hurts, it's something to strive for, something to move forward. And I keep a constant smile because being able to smile in adversity is one of the greatest things a person can do. So on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna call it a night. Y'all let me know. Please comment, hit me up. Let me know if you want me to do lives on certain things. Ain't no guarantee I'm gonna stay on topic because I never really do. But eventually I, get back to where I need to be. So, oh, Lady Jacob, dealing with food poisoning, I'm in bed. Yes, I can. Um, if you're not allergic, try ginger. Ginger helps detoxify. It also helps with inflammation. Um, Disclaimer, I am not a doctor, so I don't prescribe anything. I'm just telling you what I have used. Um, Ginger helps me a lot. I've had food poisoning before. Ginger will help you clear out. It helps with inflammation, helps you detoxify. It also will help you as far as the nausea, the vomiting, and anything else you're currently dealing with. So, that's just one of the thoughts. So definitely thank y'all. Y'all have a wonderful night. I have to go grab me some dinner, sit down, relax, and possibly end up doing a couple more videos. I want to talk to people about intermittent fasting. That is another video I need to do, teaching people how to fast and how we used to fast as kids, but we no longer fast. Um, Intermittent fasting can train your body how to properly use fat. And not only that, it gives us the ability to sometimes we don't even know how hungry we are, and we're not really hungry because the body can't determine hunger and thirst. So sometimes you feel like you're hungry, but you're actually thirsty. Uh, yeah, actually, no cornflakes. Nuh-uh. I'm doing salmon. Yeah, definitely doing salmon. But yeah, everybody enjoy. Keep looking into different things, experience different parts of life. Get out there, look around at nature. You know, spread the love. And I want everybody to enjoy it. Please take this positivity, and I ask it at the end of every live, please take the positivity you find here and spread it. People right now in this time need positivity more than anything. Need a helping hand, need a positive message, need to know that they're valued. That is really big, and that's why I do these lives. Not only to just get down to the point of you know what I'm saying, but I also want to pick people up. If anyone ever feels down whenever they leave my live, I sincerely apologize, but I hope that people feel good and they feel great. I hope that people enjoy the live and they leave with a smile. They leave with a little bit of information, and they also leave feeling good and individualized. I know I may not answer all of the comments that are going down, but I try to get to some of them as they go, you know. And it's none but love to everybody. I definitely want to say thank you again for coming. And like I said, you don't have to donate, but please donate to yourself. Donate time, donate love, donate effort, donate, and just be thankful for every day that you're above ground and every day that you have another day to tell the people you love that you love them. Just a thought. But y'all stay blessed, enjoy, and I'm getting out of here because I just want another 20 minutes, and I'm gonna blame that on Kyle. So everybody go after Kyle. All right. Y'all have a blessed one. Much love, peace, and I will definitely be probably going live again tomorrow. Catch y'all later. I got a lot to say. It's been 2 weeks, so I'll holler at y'all later.